by itself, if you play the chords and finger the chord voicings, they're not terribly difficult. The one that you have to make a choice on is D7. Now, I fingered D7, as you saw there, with my thumb. The other choice is to use your middle finger and just refinger the top part of the chord. Either way works. The most important thing is to choose one and then practice using that technique, because as you speed up, you can't be thinking about it. So I kind of got used to using my thumb. Now, when I went to the G chord, you'll notice that I'm playing just a G triad, and I actually fingered it with my index finger, barring across all 6 strings rather than using my thumb. And the reasons for that will become apparent in just a second here. The rest of the chords, C, E, very conventional. A7 again, we have the repeat, D7, and now the tempo of the chords picks up pretty quick, and you've got F just on the top 4 strings. That's F sharp diminished, and then C with that G up on top there, and then to the A again with the G on top, A7, and D7, G7, and C. So you can tell there's a little melody going on the top strings, even though we're just playing the big wide open chords. And that's deliberate. That's part of the melody of the piece, after all. All right, so we've got the basic chord shapes, and we've got the concept of the 2-note bass pattern that just keeps thumping away all the way through. Now, let's look at the melody, because the melody is the ragged part, and that's the part that's going to be the trickiest, not to play by itself, but to integrate. And that's really the magic of ragtime, is how the top and the bottom integrate, even though they're bouncing all over the place. All right, so looking at the melody now, this is in figure 2. We're going to tear it apart a little bit. First, I play the 2 bass notes. Now, if I isolate the melody, it's this. All right, that's not very hard. I'm using 2 fingers in my right hand, and I'm just fingering the entire chord and then lifting up my 4th finger to reveal the G. So it's A to G, A to G. So like this again, 2, 1, and 2, and And then, now the melody on the G chord is the trickiest one of all. And the reason is, as you're playing that bass pattern, you have to hammer on the melody notes. So that's why I bar with my index finger, and my 3rd finger is playing the octave. And then as I play the bass note, the melody itself is simply a hammer on, another hammer on, and then, so I'm holding the chord down and doing most of the work with my little finger there. But when I play that against the bass pattern, what I'm doing is hammering while I pick the bass note. So it sounds like I'm picking the melody note, but I'm really not. I'm picking. Right, so that's hammering with the middle finger while picking the bass note. Right? Now that little move takes a minute to get down, and the G chord out of all of them is probably the most challenging to play in tempo and to play cleanly. So the pattern on G goes like this. Right? So as you speed it up, those hammer-ons have to be completely intuitive. You can't be thinking about them at all. Then we're back to C. We're basically just playing the chord. Right? So it's a little picking pattern in the right hand. Back to A. Now when you play the melody on the D chord, you have to lay that 1st finger down to capture that F natural. Now, on the repeat, this is where the chords start flying here. So we got F major, C, and and so on.